In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on August 28, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Baltimore Orioles versus Houston Astros. The Baltimore Orioles will go on the road as they take on the Houston Astros at Minute Maid Park. Austin Voth is the probable pitcher for the Orioles. Justin Verlander is expected to take the mound for the Astros. The Baltimore Orioles are 118-267 in their last 385 versus a team with a winning record and are 71-162 in their last 233 road games versus a right-handed starter. The Baltimore Orioles are also 3-7 in their last 10 during Game 3 of a series. The Houston Astros are 29-10 in their last 39 versus a team with a winning record and are 41-15 in their last 56 home games. The Houston Astros are also 19-7 in their last 26 Sunday games. Austin Voth has a 4.73 earned run average, 1.44 WHIP, and a 65-22 Kelvin BB ratio in 11 starts and 34 games played this season. He gets a difficult matchup against one of the best offenses in the league. The Astros are top 10 in the league in runs, home runs, RBI, walks, OBP, SLG, and OPS. Jordan Alvarez is top 5 in the MLB in home runs. Justin Verlander has a ridiculous 1.87 earned run average, 0.85 WHIP, and a 148-25 Kelvin BB ratio in 23 starts this season. Opposing batters are hitting just .188 against Verlander. Verlander is first in the MLB in earned run average and WHIP. Houston's bullpen has been superb this year. They are top 5 in earned run average, hits allowed, runs allowed, home runs allowed, and batting average against. Baltimore has slid back in the American League, while Houston is first in the American League and slipping away from the Yankees a bit. Baltimore won the opening game of the series, but this is a steeper hill to climb. So the Houston Astros to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Justin Verlander has an absurd 1.87 earned run average, 0.85 WHIP, and a 148-25 Kelvin BB ratio in 23 starts this season. Opposing batters are hitting just .188 against Verlander. He is first in the MLB in earned run average and WHIP. When Verlander leaves the game, Houston's bullpen will come in and they have been excellent this season. They are top 5 in earned run average, hits allowed, runs allowed, home runs allowed, and batting average against. Baltimore has not been anything special on offense this season. They are around the middle of the league in runs, hits, home runs, RBI, strikeouts, SLG, and OPS. The Orioles will struggle against Verlander and the Astros relievers. Baltimore has seen the under post a 63-56-6 mark on the season entering Saturday's action. The Orioles are 18th with an average of 4.27 runs per game. That number slumps slightly to an average of 4.17 runs per game on the road this season. Baltimore's season average total of 8.43 runs per game this year, a number that climbs to 8.59 runs a game on the road. Houston has seen the under hit in 73 of their 127 games on the year with 5 pushes heading into Saturday's contest. The Astros are 8th in runs per game as they average 4.57 runs per contest this season. That number inches up to 4.59 runs per game at Minute Maid Park to this point of the season. Houston's average total on the year is 7.91 runs per contest, a number that drops to only 7.8 runs per game as the home team. We saw only 2 runs in the opening game of the set Friday, and with Verlander pitching, you have to think that the Orioles will be held in check. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Arizona Diamondbacks versus Chicago White Sox. The Arizona Diamondbacks will look to complete a surprising sweep of the Chicago White Sox on Sunday afternoon at Guaranteed Rate Field. Saturday's contest finished by a 10-5 final score in favor of the Diamondbacks, who cashed in at -106 odds. Arizona is out of contention at 58-67, while the White Sox are 5 games back in the American League Central at 63-64. These teams last met in May of 2017, when the Diamondbacks rolled to a 3-game sweep at home. The Diamondbacks are 26-61 in their last 87 road games versus a right-handed starter and are 36-88 in their last 124 road road games. The Diamondbacks are also 12-30 in their last 42 Sunday games. The White Sox are 13-3 in their last 16 Sunday games and are 7-2 in their last 9 interleague home games versus a right-handed starter. The White Sox are also 18-6 in their last 24 interleague games. The White Sox have lost 4 of their last 6 games, but they have done a better job at home where they have won 7 of their last 10 games. They are playing well offensively and won't have trouble scoring in this game because they hit the ball very well against right-handers, and Davies has struggled on the mound, especially on the road where he has given up 13 runs in his last 5 road starts. He gave up 7 runs in his last start against the White Sox and will have a hard time slowing them down. The Diamondbacks have lost 4 of their last 6 games. Even though they are playing well offensively, they will struggle in this game because they don't hit the ball as well against right-handers, and they're going up against Cease, who has done a great job on the mound, especially at home where he has given up 6 runs in his last 6 starts. The White Sox should avoid the sweep here, so the Chicago White Sox money line is our full game side pick. The Diamondbacks are averaging 4.29 runs per game and 4.15 runs per game on the road. They average 6.67 runs per game in their last 3 games against the White Sox. Even though Chicago is giving up 5.24 runs per game at home, they are giving up 3.8 runs per game in games started by Cease and will keep the Diamondbacks under their average in this game. The White Sox are averaging 4.17 runs per game and 4.11 runs per game at home. They average 4 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks and White Sox played over the total in their last 2 meetings, with Arizona giving up 4.67 runs per game on the road. The White Sox will score enough runs to push the score past the total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Detroit Tigers versus Texas Rangers. Drew Hutchinson and the Detroit Tigers will travel to Texas to take on Kohei Arihara and the Rangers on Sunday in the afternoon. Both teams come in having disappointing seasons, but the Tigers have been one of the worst teams in baseball all year. Texas also entered the weekend playing slightly better ball at 6-4. Detroit is 24-51 in their last 75 Sunday games and 18-43 in their last 61 road games, while the under is 4-1 in their last 5 games against the American League West. Texas is 5-1 in their last 6 games overall and 5-2 in their last 7 home games, while the under is 4-1 in their last 5 games against the American League Central. Cole Ragans has been solid at home in both his starts so far this year, and Detroit has been one of the worst teams on the road all season. The Rangers' season has obviously also been disappointing, but Texas has been playing better since firing the manager, and they entered the weekend at 6-4 in their last 10. Hutchinson has had a solid year, but his 1.45 WHIP and 1-7 win-loss record shows he's also been far from great. Texas still has one of the better offenses in baseball, and they should be able to hit the 33-year-old Hutchinson on Sunday. I like what Arihara has done in a small sample size this season, and the only reason I jumped on board with Detroit on Saturday was because of Dallas Keuchel. However, Sunday's a different story, and Arihara is the better pitcher here compared to Drew Hutchinson, who has just been awful for much of the season, and the reality is that the Tigers still struggle against right-handed pitching. I'll side with the Rangers for some measure of revenge on Sunday, so the Texas Rangers money line is our full game side pick. Detroit has seen the under hit in 73 of their 126 games this season, with 9 pushes. The Tigers are 30th in runs per game as they average just 3.21 runs per contest. They are 30th in run production on the road, averaging 2.81 runs a night. Detroit's average total this season is a measly 7.53 runs per game, a number that drops to 7.28 runs a game as the visiting team. Texas has seen the over post a 61-58-6 record in 125 games on the year entering Saturday night. The Rangers are 9th in runs per game with 4.55 runs per contest, and that drops to 4.24 runs per game at home on the year. Texas has an average total of 8.97 runs per game, and that number climbs to an average of 8.98 runs per game at home. We saw 13 runs on the board in the opener, but it's unlikely we get that high here. This contest settles around 8 runs at most, with Detroit coming back to normal offensively. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.